super detailed breakdown of how Lamont Roach Jr. beat Gervonta Tank Davis. The fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. ended in controversy, with a majority draw, but many in the boxing world believe Roach deserved the victory. Here's a deep, technical breakdown of how Roach outboxed Tank and why he should have won. Pre-fight tactical setup. Roach's team knew that Tank is an explosive counterpuncher with devastating knockout power. The strategy going in was simple but required elite execution. White heavy checkmark control distance with the jab. Davis is shorter and relies on explosive entries. Roach had to keep him at bay. White heavy checkmark avoid exchanges in close range. Tank thrives in the pocket, setting traps for power counters. White heavy checkmark make Tank lead. Tank prefers to counter, but when forced to be the aggressor, he's less effective. White heavy checkmark stayed disciplined for 12 rounds. Tank's power is dangerous late, so Roach couldn't lose focus.
2. Round by round breakdown. Rounds 1 to 3. Roach takes control with the jab and smart movement. Trophy Roach wins these rounds on activity and control. Roach establishes his jab early, pumping it to the head, chest, and body, making Tank hesitant to step in. He doesn't overcommit, staying disciplined and pivoting out whenever Tank tries to close the gap. Tank isn't throwing much, instead downloading information like he usually does. Tactical success. Roach outworks Tank early, making him fight at an uncomfortable pace. Rounds 4 to 6. Roach punishes Tank's slow work rate. Trophy Roach continues to build a lead, forcing Tank to adjust. Tank is still patient, waiting to counter, but Roach isn't making big mistakes. Roach begins timing Tank's entries with check hooks and straight rights. Tank lands a couple of hard left hands, but Roach absorbs them well and keeps sticking to his game plan. Tactical success. Tank isn't throwing enough, and Roach is banking rounds with volume and control. Round 7 to 9, Roach's biggest moment, the controversial knockdown. Trophy Roach continues to outbox Tank, and controversy strikes. Tank tries to close the distance more aggressively, but Roach keeps stepping back, circling out, and countering. In round 9, Roach lands a jab, and Tank unexpectedly takes a knee. The ref does not rule it a knockdown, which would have swung the fight in Roach's favor. Tank later claims his eyes were burning from hair grease, a bizarre excuse. If ruled a knockdown, Roach would have won the fight outright on points. Tactical success. Roach remains composed and disciplined, not falling into Tank's traps. Rounds 10 to 12, Roach survives the final storm. Trophy Tank starts throwing bombs, but Roach holds firm. Tank turns up the aggression, knowing he's behind. Roach clinches smartly, moves well, and keeps his hands up. Tank lands a few big left hands, but Roach never gets reckless. The final rounds are closer, but Roach does enough to survive and finish strong. Tactical success. Roach prevents a late KO and secures a decision-worthy performance. 3. The judge's controversial decision. The fight is ruled a majority draw. 115 to 113 Davis. One judge favored Tank. 114 to 114 twice. If the round 9 knee was ruled a knockdown, Roach would have won the fight outright. Many analysts, fighters, and fans believe Roach clearly won by outboxing Tank. 4. Why Roach should have officially won. Heavy checkmark superior ring generalship. Roach dictated the fight, controlling the pace and distance. Heavy checkmark higher work rate. Tank had his usual low output, allowing Roach to rack up points. Heavy checkmark effective defense. Roach never got drawn into brawling.
Gervonta Tank Davis will defend his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach tonight at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. The two men have tons of familiarity dating back to their amateur days. Many doubt that Roach can present Davis with a serious challenge, but the former is determined to convince the world that it won't be as easy as everyone expects. Let's be honest, Roach is justifiably a huge underdog. He's fought Davis twice in the amateurs and lost decisions in both fights. As a pro, he has never faced an opponent on Davis's level. Roach also hasn't shown the kind of punching power that would convince fans he'll be able to hurt the lightweight champion. If Roach